Hi friends, welcome back to Tulsi Tech and Creatives. Guys, today we need to discuss about VPC endpoints. So we can try to explore this today. We need to do the hands-on also. How to connect the AWS services using to private EC2 server. First of all, we need to understand what is VPC endpoint. Like simple way we can tell this VPC endpoint is like, for example, we are using private EC2 servers or our organization actually for example my organization only we are using banking sector projects. In banking project we are using all our private EC2 servers, like private servers, application servers. We are using private application servers, so we don't have any access any internet access for that servers. So how we can connect one service to another service like in AWS? like so this is a concept of VPC endpoint. We can use endpoint, and we can communicate one service to another service, like that we can see practically how we can do it. First, just need to understand the concept. For example, I am using private application servers. I need to connect S3 bucket, like I need to connect CloudWatch logs, and I need to connect load balancer. How it will communicate the my EC2 servers to AWS services? So for that solution, we can use to VPC endpoints. Okay, I hope this will be sufficient for a simple way to understand this. And if you required, you can read it here. You can see my screen. VPC endpoints enable creation of private connection between VPC to supported AWS services. See, this is the point of this is the concept of VPC endpoint. If you are using private subnet like private application servers, so your server need to push the logs in CloudWatch. Like your server needs to push the any data in your S3 bucket, so that you need to communicate that service, right? Like first of all, you can access first that service, then only you need to push the data, or you need to send the logs. That you can do it whatever activity you can perform then. So we can go for next point. Every AWS service is publicly exposed using to public URL. VPC endpoints powered by AWS PrivateLink allows to connect the AWS services using private network instead of using public network. Actually, if you see, whenever you're trying to create any application service, your default VPC or your public VPC, by default it will communicate all the services in AWS. Whatever your account has been created, any service, any server, right? That whatever you communicating is required, your services, it will be publicly, it will connect automatically. If you are doing public EC2 application, or if you are using public subnet, for default subnet it will communicate everything. So that is one of the easy way to we are working. Like for example, if you are private servers, how we need to connect, that we can show today. And they remove the need of internet gateways or net gateways. So this is the one of the point. This what is the meaning of this point means, like if you are using private EC2 servers, like how you are providing internet of your servers. So that I'm highly recommended go through the first in previous videos. We already covered all the topics, like how to create the VPC, how to create the public subnet and private subnet, and how to create the internet gateways, how we are providing the how we can connect private subnet using Bastion host, Then we covered already NAT instance or NAT gateways and VPC pairing. So if you understand this point, first go through the like previous videos, then only you can understand. If you remove NAT gateway and internet gateway, then how you are able to connect, that we can see today. Like if you are using NAT gateway or internet gateway, then you can easily perform the your in, you can easily allow the internet. So that without this NAT gateway or internet gateway, how we can connect the AWS services, communicate that. So this is routine, you can go through it. I will add these things in my bit bucket. Next one, types of endpoints. There is two types of endpoints, okay. One is the interface endpoints and is the gateway endpoints. See, this is the first one, interface endpoints. This is the second one, gateway endpoint. See, interface endpoint, there is a many options it will come for that whenever we are doing to practical, I will show you that. So internet interface endpoint, you just read this, there is a 2 points, it will be cost related, for that it will be chargeable, you just consider that. Then also we required security group, and also we required subnets and private host DNS name. These things are required interface endpoints. You will better understand whenever we are doing practice. I will show you both the types today, that is not an issue. And gateway endpoint is very easy, then we can, that is free also, there is no any charge. We can easily connect the using to gateway endpoint, okay. Then how we can connect, that is just different steps of here. First we can just see like how it will work, interface endpoint or gateway endpoint, free of cost of gateway, and interface endpoint is preferred by if you can connect site to site VPN also. This topic we can discuss tomorrow, okay. We can go through the steps how we can perform the answer. First, create the private EC2 server, okay. I have already created previous classes, so that you can go through that how we can create the private EC2 servers. I am using my previous private EC2 server only, I have already, let me see that. EC2, so this is my servers. I have one Bastion server and one application server also. This is this application service is private subnet, so okay. And check the AWS service connectivity. Once you logged in the private subnet, you need to check the communication is happening one service to another service. Example, you can use these two comments for connectivity check, okay. And third point, create the IAM rule and attach the required permission. Like for example, communication is required, then how we can perform that communication, allow that communication. First we need to create one IAM role. So in that role we just attach whatever required services we need to communicate. Like see, AWS is a many services is there, 100 or above services is there. We don't require all the service, right? Whatever whatever services you are using your project, so that services you required for communicating your application. So in that services you can create the you can allow the permissions of connecting for that EC2, so that you can create one IAM role. And step 4, go to VPC endpoint and create the endpoint. So these are the options it will show after creating, under the creating, that we can perform. Okay, without any delay we can go to hands on. First I'm trying to connect. I will check the connectivity. I'm connecting my Bastion server first. So this connectivity, how we are performing, I have we already done that previous classes. Just please go through first of all, then only you can understand how we can connect private subnet, sorry, private application server. This is my private application server. I am trying to connect here. I'm trying to connect using SSH. Let's see. Done. I'm able to connect, right? Yes, I'm able to connect. Let me see this. See, we can check internet is there or not. Internet is not there. See, this is private sub application of private application server. There is no any internet, and we can check the connectivity also if AWS services connectivity is happening or not. There is a two comments. I am checking first S3 bucket is connecting or not. See, I am not able to connect here. And we can check one more command also. We can do telnet. See, here also I am not able to connect. Okay, now we can go actual steps. Create the IAM role and attach the required permission. Go to the server. Go to instance. Security. IAM. Go to IAM role. I have already one role previously I have created. Let me search it is there or not. Demo EKS rule. Okay, I will use directly this. There is no any issue. This is already administration permission. Try to allow whatever I required. Have required S3 full access. Should be sufficient read only. Okay, fine. Next is CloudWatch. I will allow full unlocks full access. This should be sufficient. See, I have allowed whatever I required. CloudWatch full access, logs full access, and read only S3 bucket. I just want to display that bucket names. Okay. Let's try to attach here. Go to EC2. This is my private server. Action goes to security IAM. Demo. Think this is the role, right? Forget that. This is the role. I am updating this. Let's see. Yes, it is there. Okay, we can go next step. What is the next step? Step 4. Step 4, go to VPC endpoint and create the endpoint. Okay, this is my VPC endpoint. To VPC endpoints, there is no any endpoints here. Let's create my S3 access. First I will show you gateway endpoint. This is there is a two types, right? We already discussed that there is a two types of endpoints. First I will show you gateway endpoint. AWS Services S3. See, there is a gateway endpoint is there here. I am selecting that. I am selecting my VPC, and also I am selecting these two route tables, public and private. I am trying to creating. Okay, my endpoint is created. My endpoint is available now. Now let me check the S3 bucket access is there or not. Here I am using this command. See, now I am able to display my S3 bucket. So this is the one of the way of you need to communicate the your AWS services using to gateway. I hope you understand this, how we can connect the AWS service using to gateway endpoint. And we can try now second concept. Second concept is interface endpoint. Try to create my log access logs image.c. This is the interface, and I'm selecting my VPC. Just observe this. Previously there is no this much options available. Now it is showing this many options. You can select private subnet 2. You can allow IP address type, and also you can select your VPC, like whatever VPC you are allowing your application, right? That VPC you need to select, and also full access. Let's try to create. Okay, there was error creating VPC endpoint enabling private DNS required both enable DNS. Okay, you can see here, I think I am allowing by default enabling DNS name. So it is throwing one error. I think we need to allow DNS host name in VPC level. Go to VPC, go to VPC, this is my demo VPC. Go to actions, edit VPC settings. So see, this is the option you need to enable, then only your host name will communicate here. Actually see, enabling DNS name, associate the previous hosted zones with the VPC contents of the record, set up the enabling you leverage of Amazon. Like for example, by default one DNS name will create whenever we are creating endpoint, so that we need to allow this. Okay, now try to, I think refresh is required. Let me check. No issue. Let me create. Okay, fine. Now I am able to create. Update in process. I think still it is showing pending state. We need to wait for until available. We can wait until available. Meanwhile, we can go through this. See endpoint ID and the status is showing pending. Endpoint IP's interface, private DNS enabled. See DNS, this is the we just enabled, right? And names it will create by default endpoint. See logs.uats.amazon.com. This endpoint only we are trying, right? You can see here. Where is that? See logs.uats.amazon.com. This is the endpoint. Go to subnet. We are just allowed private subnet 1 and 2 and this security group. I just want to open this. There is no any confusion, so that we need to allow some ports required. Actually logged out. Let me open inbound, then it will see. This is previously I have allowed previous videos all the ports HTTPS, like actually we require no HTTPS port 443 and SSH also we required, HTTP also we required. All traffic is not required, so previously I have allowed. I am keeping same. You can remove your end. Notification policy. See now status is enabled, no issue. We can go through first this notification, nothing is there. Policy, allowing effect everything. Monitoring, it will connect your CloudWatch. See dashboard, it will create. Currently there is no any data, we are not able to connect, right? Still we are not trying to connect, so that there is no any data. Let me refresh here. Let me check. This is my log, it is available. Now we can check the connectivity. It's trying to connect, but it will take some time maybe. Let it be. HTTPS port, it is already there, right? HTTPS port also there. Okay, all ports are there. Endpoint interface log.dns. Copy this. Security group. See, maybe it will take some time. Now I am able to connect. So guys, this is the way of we need to troubleshoot or we need to do something. Okay, I think you guys can understand like how to connect this, how to communicate one service to another service. using two VPC endpoints. We are not doing anything, right? We just created endpoints and we are allowing the traffic. Okay, that's it. See, I'm connecting interface using gateway endpoints, and I'm using interface gateway. Both I am able to connect both the services. Now I can do whatever like I required. I can do the all the activities for this. Okay guys, I think this is the like today topic. We can discuss tomorrow more topics, like site to site VPC connectivity, that we can do tomorrow. Please comment the below video, like whatever you required, any other videos, any other topics, then I try to cover that. I think please suggest anything, like suggestions you have, like we'll change that. Okay guys, I think that's it today video. I will push this entire like documentation in my Bitbucket. I will put the link in description. Please go through and create the like all the steps, then you can understand better. Okay guys, thank you, have a nice day, bye.